Hey man, it's your boy Young Hove, back with another video and stuff. I just had like a couple of thoughts. Like, my word on the street says this: like, there's taxation without representation. And I know you're wondering, like, yo, what do you mean by that, dog? Well, let me just put it like this. I'm walking out here. It's about like 7 at night. I meant to do this video earlier. To kind of like talk about the the things that I just went through this past week and why I was missing from the scene. I was missing largely from the scene because um I got locked up. I got locked up. Like I got so ill, so bad, under so much stress because it was literally hard to get around. It was hard to get around with literally no money. I got money in stocks and investments, and I'm trying so hard not to touch these things. But at the same token, um, my primary is to literally just try to save as much money and kind of have like those diamond hands. But it's not going to mean nothing if my ass is dead. So I literally had to call the ambulance and take me to the nearest hospital. Um, when I went to the hospital, they did my blood work, and they could see that my hemoglobin was like my red blood cell count was like really low, and it's because the lack of vitamin. I mean, with iron, I didn't have enough iron in my system because iron helps to generate red and white blood cells, and I was extremely low. So they gave me a blood transfusion. And then on top of that, I needed dialysis. Right. So upon me needing dialysis, um, I had the blood transfusion and the dialysis treatment all in one shot, really. So I literally got the blood work. I mean, the blood first. That nearly took what? I just had like one pint of blood, so that literally just like took maybe just like roughly 3 hours. And then after those 3 hours, um, they had took me downstairs for my treatment. I also was complaining to them and saying that I was constipated and I haven't went to the bathroom in 2 weeks. I haven't moved my bowels in 2 weeks. And I know that you was like, man, why are you telling me about this shit? Like, take care of yourself. Easier said than done. When you're a dialysis patient or you don't have any kidneys functioning in your body, like, and then try to eat normal or eat as normal but as responsible, like with your vegetables, your multivitamin. You wake up in the morning, you take all your medication, make sure your blood pressure is low, make sure that you drink plenty of water, stay away from high potassium foods, stay away from high phosphorus foods. And it's just an ongoing struggle, and no matter what pills that they give you to try to aid you into keeping a certain balance within yourself because your kidneys are complete absence. That's what I tried to do. So they gave me two things of Marilax, and then they gave me one stool softener. They was like, "All right, Mr. Richardson, um, we gonna take you downstairs, and you're gonna have your dialysis treatment." I was like, "All right, cool." When they take off the fluid, all that fluid, excess fluid that's just sitting in my center around my large and my small intestine, is not able to function because there's so much toxicity around it, and it's making my organs just like I'm not doing anything. So that's what's causing the constipation. But as soon as that fluid is being drained out as well as filtering in my blood, my organ is to start. Okay, now we got fresh blood. Now that that bad excess fluid off the body is coming off. Now I can shut back on. I'm gonna start working along with the medication that they was giving me because they wanted me to go to the bathroom. So I told my organ started working, and I told them, "Hey, nurse, can you take me off the machine? I got to go to the bathroom." Rushed in there, did what he could, cleaned my area, got me off the machine. I said, can you put the flap down on the side of the bed? Because they put the flap down so you won't fall out of bed, or it's just protocol. That's just what they do. But in doing so, I got out of bed, and the nurse was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, I'm going to use the bathroom. I told you that. That was the whole purpose of taking me down. So I went out into the hallway. I'm starting to find the nearest bathroom. Let's rewind here for a second. I asked the nurse that took me off which bathroom. He told me it's around the corner. She was right in the hallway. And I'm like, where's the nearest bathroom? She was like, it's over there, but where are you coming from? I said, I'm coming from the dialysis unit. She was like, okay, but I was like, I need to use the bathroom. Like, trying to give me 101 questions. So I said, oh, and I saw it. And I was like, okay, there you go right there. I was like, I'll see you when I get out. I get knocks at the door. I literally get knocks at the door, and they like, I'm like, what? I was like, I'm in here. I'm using the bathroom. I'll be out in a minute. It was like, oh, we just checking to see if you was all right, Mr. Richardson. I said, I'm fine. I said, I'll see you when I get out. 3 minutes later. What the fuck? I didn't say nothing. Just looked at the floor, ignoring them. I was like, yo, I'm fine. I was like, I'll see y'all when I get out. I'll see y'all when y'all get out. Why are you trying to invade my privacy? Why are you trying to get in here? It's a regular bathroom, not just for the nurses, but for the patients too, who gotta go to the bathroom. Because all in those rooms, it was still next to the ER, so they don't even initially have their own room or their own bathroom. Some of them may have like a private bathroom that, it kind of like folds out. It's a little weird. But most of them, they don't. They have to use the regular public bathroom. And I was using that public bathroom, so I didn't understand what the issue was here. So upon them keep doing the same thing, kept knocking on the door, I got up, I said, screw it, I'm just get up. Wiped myself, whatever, cleaned up, washed my hands, came outside, it's security hanging outside with the nurses. I was like, yo, y'all call security for someone just trying to use the bathroom, which y'all advocated for me to do in the first place? I was like, I don't understand. I was like, yo, y'all call security for anything. So I walked back to my bed, and I was just still like, why would they call security on me just to use in the bathroom? What's going on here? And the security guard's like, it's just protocol. Protocol for what? For someone using the bathroom? I was like, y'all, are y'all serious? Are y'all bored? Are y'all bored, man? Y'all just been standing around and pacing the same steps. Y'all can't wait for some action? Is that what it's about? Like, everybody is so bored at work. It's so easy. Y'all just want some type of a challenge. Y'all want some type of drama. Even when there's no drama, you'll create a commotion. When there's nothing but peace, you'll literally, and this is what I believe, that where human nature kicks in, that we're mentally flawed in, to the point where you're even when there's peace, you'll create drama just to say something happened at work, just to give your friends or your man, when you come home, man, yo, you wouldn't believe this dude, man. He got up and went to the bathroom. And then they man looking at like, so? He went to the bathroom. You was harassing him because he went to the bathroom? What's wrong with y'all? It's a hospital. So, my whole thing is this, bro. I went back up to my room thinking that, hey, man, once I go to my room, I got my own private bathroom. I ain't got to worry about anything. I can just finish what I started. It was around 7:30. It goes from 7 to 7. I already know they shift changes. It's from 7 in the morning, 7 p.m. 12-hour shifts every single day. So I came in, these two nurses, they was coming in from the shift change. Brand new. They was appointed to me. I haven't met these people yet, but then they came in with a paper saying, the doctor ordered your discharge. I'm like, what? Ordered my discharge. I was like, I just had a blood transfusion. And I just came back from my dialysis center. When you have a blood transfusion, something major like that, it has to be monitored. You're on 24-hour observation. They have to observe you and continue to take blood work and making sure everything is running, that your vitamin D is not low, your iron is up to par, everything before releasing you back into the wild. They know that you're okay, because that is their job. That is their job, to make sure that when you leave out of this hospital, everything is good. They didn't run blood work while I was on the dialysis machine. And even if they did, I just had a blood transfusion, and then on top of it, my blood is being filtered. So all the vitamins that I gathered in before even going on is gone again. So that means everything is still low, relatively low. And who is to say I don't need another blood transfusion? That's why they have to wait 24 hours before even thinking about releasing you. So that's what's going, all that is going on in my head, which is causing the frustration, is causing the confusion, is causing the commotion when there really shouldn't be any. And I think, and I know this wholeheartedly, is that when I went out and I went to go to the bathroom, they thought I was just being defiant, but I was doing what is making me, was supposed to be relatively to make me better, to heal me. When you go to a hospital, you don't go there and say, hey man, I got a boo-boo, strap me up. No, you go in there, literally you go to a hospital and then you put emergency. This is an emergency. What I got going on is an emergency. I'm literally dead man walking over here. Save my life. You don't try to pretend to save my life, and then when I don't do what or how you want me to react or do, and I'm only doing what you advocated for, is mind-boggling how spiteful some people can be. And even when you're not trying to cause no commotion, no drama, nothing like that, they'll look for something. They'll literally look for something within you, within your attitude, within your demeanor, the way you're carrying yourself. If you sound a little bit smart, they feel threatened. They feel threatened because they know that you know what you're talking about, and you ain't going to stand around for the BS, and you're trying to hold them accountable for what they conflicted on you, and then yet it's still your fault. So, and this is what I'm explaining to the new security guard that's up in my room. I said, look, I got transferred to this hospital. The hospital, the original Advent Health that I was in was all the way in Brandon, but they didn't have a dialysis unit, so I had to go. I literally had to go to the one on Fletcher. There's the bus. He thought I was gonna get on time. I'm good. But yeah, it's like, yo, it's so the security guard, and then I was like, you know what, just let me go to the bathroom, and then I'll try to find a way home. They wasn't even trying to, they discharged me at 7 p.m. when the shuttle ride, to make sure that you can get home, because I went there by the ambulance. So I ain't had no ride home. It was either you get an Uber to go back to where you came from, or I was walking, and I was all the way in Brandon, bro. How the hell am I gonna get home? I ain't even thinking about that. So that's why I thought, I know in my heart what they doing is because it just out of spite, just because they don't like you, because of their personal feelings against you, for you trying to hold them accountable for what they conflicted on you. They ain't trying to hear that. They feel like, hey man, I've been studying medicine for like what, 10 plus years. How dare this dude who's been on dialysis for 20 years, high blood pressure since he was 7 years old, come in here and tell me about his health? What? What are we talking about? So, if I'm telling you about my health on the way, what makes me tick, and I'm supposed to be on 24-hour observation, any new changes, any certain changes, whether I'm feeling pain in my body, whether it's just mostly anything, I am to report to you on the certain changes. It's important. You just don't send me out into the wild. So Security guard, they was like, I was just going to see how much it's going to take for you to get home. I said, roughly $20. I don't have no money on me because I left my cards at home. Because I thought I was going to be able to get home like I'm supposed to, being discharged out of a hospital. But that's me. I'm relying on other people, a flawed system to do the right thing. And I'm psychotic. I feel like, I'm wrong for even thinking that, because you're literally putting your life in a healthcare professional's hands, and they play around with it. They don't take it that serious. They want to pretend like their intentions was just solely to make sure that you're okay, and everything that they're trying to do for you is in your best interest, because they literally trying to heal you, but they don't. So security escorted me all the way down to the elevator, because they were saying that I was trespassing now, because I signed the discharge papers. I asked for an appeal, and from what I understand, and don't quote me on this because I could be wrong about it, is that when you have health care, and even after you sign the discharge papers, you are allowed to call your Medicare or Medicaid or any insurance company, to call them to try to appeal the discharge, even when it's signed. And they have to roughly honor it and give you 48 hours until they can make a firm decision about the appeal of the discharge. So I'm thinking to myself, if I appeal, I can stay there overnight, and I could just leave in the morning. They can find me a ride home, because the shuttles is open in the morning, and I can leave the first thing cracking. Nah, not them. So they ain't even take the heart monitor off of me. I still had the prongs and stickers all over me and stuff. So I get to the elevator and I rip it off, because the police officer was just so keen in getting me out. He didn't care about what kind of health care I received. He didn't care about the condition that I am. He didn't care that my body temperature was low, because when you're on a machine, your body temperature drops. So they gotta keep checking your blood pressure as well as your temperature and make sure everything's up to par. They don't care. And when I got outside, guess what it was doing? It was storming, raining cats and dogs, close to 8 o'clock. I looked at the time because I got on the phone with my girlfriend, and I was telling her everything from point A to point B on what happened. But she ain't understand. Like, yo, didn't you just get your dialysis today? Hey, yo, didn't you just get a blood transfusion? Yes, and yes. But right now, I'm not going to focus on that. Can you get me home? Before I can even finish the sentence out, the security guard and the police officer see me all the way. Like, they just say, let me just walk over here to give a prime example. Over here in this entrance right here to this apartment complex, right? Now, I got discharged, and they were trying to get me for trespassing. If I didn't leave the property, then they were going to get me for trespassing. I got discharged. I can go anywhere I want. I'm not what do you call it? I don't have a restraining order on the property. They don't have a restraining order against me, because when you have a restraining order, they give you like this yellow slip, and the police assign it, and it's in the report, and it's also agreed upon the supervisor or the manager who owns or operates that establishment, and they sign the papers to make sure that you don't enter that property for 90 whole days. And if you do, if you're caught on that property, then guess what? That means that is trespassing, and they have rights to arrest us, to make the arrest. So if I'm just getting a normal discharge, I can walk outside and try to figure out if I need a ride. On how I'm going to get home. Because I'm taking up the responsibility, and it was their responsibility to make sure that I got home safely when leaving that hospital. And they didn't do that. So, to me, I think that's another right. That's another right of mine when it comes to healthcare that's just been violated, and not that they didn't give me the right to appeal. They didn't find a ride home. They didn't have 24-hour observation after a blood transfusion, and then they try to get me for trespassing, and I didn't even have I didn't even have a restraining order against me against the supervisor or manager of or charge nurse of the establishment. What are we talking about here? So it's raining cats and dogs. I'm trying to figure out how I can get in the ride home. The security guard, I know the Spanish dude because he gave me a bracelet that said, pray first. He did. When I was really going through it, I was in that same hospital and he was sitting down with me because I broke down in tears and I was in so much pain, going through what I'm going through. And I'm just trying to stay alive and, just be there for my family. At the same time, make money and support myself and support my daughter. And when I gotta hold out, but I still suffer the consequences even when I'm telling my baby mama, no, I don't have it. I can't just give it to you off the tree. And, it's just so unfortunate. This world is literally crazy. And it's just heartbreaking that if you go into a hospital, which their sole job is to preserve life, and they don't even do what they went to school to get training to do. Something's off. Something's really, really off here with people's mindset, because they're not even being psychologically evaluated to even do the jobs that they have to do, because they dealing with people on a consistent basis for 12 whole hours. 12 whole hours of pain for whatever their pain is, whatever their problem is. And the women always got a boiling point. It's a fact. It's a literal fact that women have a breaking point. They have a breaking point to how much they can truly tolerate. That's why when people, the men and women, or father and mother, break up, and then the kid go with the mother. The mother is always sitting there complaining about how bad the kid is, how they won't listen, they defiant, they whine too much, they do all this extra stuff, but knowing that, you got to keep in mind they are children, they don't know. And if you raise any child, I don't care whether they're good or bad, you have to have a certain amount of patience. And if you have a job and you working with a lot of people, you have to have a certain endurance and a lot of patience, because you got to keep in mind that your sole objective is to make sure that person feels better. So you don't make fun of their pain. You don't make fun of what they go through, telling them to hush. No disrespectful stuff. Your whole purpose is to make them happy, so they can mentally heal and they can relax, and they can also physically heal for whatever is going through, because it's hard going through this shit. And it's just sad, we lost our way. So as I'm on the phone, security guards came up to me already. I know I sound like a broken record, and they literally trying to push me out into the rain. I'm in an uproar about it, because how dare you? If this was your son or your daughter or even your mother or even you, would you allow someone to do me like y'all doing me right now? Would you allow it? Do you think it's right? And they couldn't answer it. They couldn't answer it because they already know what the question is. And it's no, you being dicks just for the sake of being dicks. You're trying to set me up and you're trying to get me to retaliate. And I fell for it. I fell for it miserably. They said, you either go out there in the rain or we're going to get you for trespassing. I had my book bag, I threw it. My girlfriend's still on the line. She hearing everything. They said, oh, well, I gave you a chance. Put your hands behind your back. He's like, oh, don't resist. I was like, I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Got to get the man's badge name. He wouldn't give me his badge name nor his number. He wouldn't, because he knew he was wrong. Any officer that feel that they not wrong on making a judgment call against you on making a false arrest, they ain't got no problem giving you their badge number. Oh yeah, I want you to tell the judge it was me that did this. But if they sitting up there, he was like, oh yeah, you get that. Oh, so you want me to break down and you want me to fight to look for your name or ask about who made the arrest to hold you accountable. You want to make it hard for me because you don't want to be held accountable for what you're trying to do to me. And you think I'm just gonna give up. You think I'm just gonna shut up and just sit up in the corner and just go along with it and let just the bad happen. But look, I've been bullied when I was younger. But when I got older, I looked at y'all, half of these, y'all ain't even worthy. Y'all not even worthy of me just shutting the up and sitting in the corner and just keep to myself. Because half of y'all is evil. Half of y'all is evil. Y'all know damn well if that happened to your son, even remotely, you wouldn't act no different. But see, that's the thing. And it always goes back to the Bible to me because when it was, I think it was Peter, or was it Simon? Don't quote me on it. I'm sorry, I'm a little off. But I know the lesson was out of all the storm and the waves and the lightning and the wind and all the commotion, Jesus Christ asked them to come towards him. Don't focus on that. And he didn't listen. He fell through. He fell through because he didn't focus. He didn't focus on the prize, and that was to get home and to get back home. That was your primary focus. You lost focus. You lost your cool because you didn't want to do the right thing by yourself. You didn't want to do the right thing, but all you had to do was just step out in the ring. Because you know the funny thing about that, when they put me in cuffs and they was trying to take me all the way to the wagon, it stopped raining, and that didn't take no more than 5 minutes to walk there. Because I had to walk through the hospital all the way back to the ER. And man, the story that comes after that, when I was incarcerated, I didn't get none of my medication. My blood pressure was always super high. The only thing that they was able to give me on time was my dialysis. And everything was low. Blood count, low. Everything low. My cards, my credit card, my debit card that was in my book bag, gone. The only thing that I had, my ID and my black earrings. I came out of jail naked. But when being in there, the food is a death wish. Everything that I'm not even supposed to be eating. Potatoes, a busload of broccoli, butter. It's okay to have butter, but it's not okay to like put that basically on everything just to satisfy the meal because it's so bland. It's so bland, no seasoning, no pepper, not even no dash, bro. And I suffered through it. I kept thinking about God. I kept thinking about, whoever endures to the end will have their rightful place in heaven. And if I ever want to get through anything, I had to take that shit to the chin. I literally had to take that shit to the chin. I had to, my neuropathy for fighting vitamin D deficiency. You're talking about pain, sharp pains in random spots at any given moment. I was going through it. It was times that I couldn't even walk on my feet because I was in so much pain. It was like I was on sharp rocks, moving around in my feet. Like it was hideous. And then I was drained. I'm talking about coming off the machine, drained, and I'm thinking, rocking back and forth in so much pain, trying to get through it, bro. Like I'm literally in tears. I got scars. I had open heart surgery. And I've been trying to tell my baby mother about what I'm going through, that she put me in, that I gotta claw my way out of to try to make sure that I stay alive, just so I could be able to aid in take care of my kid and give her the things that she wants and the things that she needs. At the same time, trying to manage my finances, trying to fix my credit, like, I got a lot to build on that she helped destroy, and then she don't want to take no accountability. But I got to take the accountability as a man, because I seen the signs, and I always give these people who are so evil the benefit of the doubt that maybe they just messed up. They messed up and they need help, and they just need somebody to be there for them. But it's really the opposite. It's really somebody, you need them to be there for you, and then when you ain't got nobody else in your corner, you ain't got nobody else but the one that's across from you telling you and saying that they love you, but then don't show it when it's time to rock. You talking about him being humble and biting my tongue? I bit my tongue. I bit it to the point that motherfucker was bleeding. And I'm just being real. I know there's other people out there that go through a lot of struggles, but man, yo, I'm telling you, when I got stories, man. Because this world just don't make any sense anymore. We just lost our way. We just lost our way. So I'm outside right now, and I'm telling you this because I want to document this. And right now I'm trying to look for a healthcare attorney to try to turn this circle around, because the reason why these doctors and these nurses feel like they can just do this is because it's almost like not having God present, because you don't have no one higher than you, more powerful than you, to hold you accountable for your actions. Other than the police, and the police ain't made for you to protect you. No, it's made to put you in further duress, bro. And I used to defend the cops, and I still do. But that's just keep it a buck, regardless of a person's healthcare profession, or their profession, or them being an officer, a detective. Even when they create medicine, the medicines that they making that's supposed to save your life, it ain't even in your best interest, because they just too worried about getting paid instead of just doing a job, man. This is your career. This is not McDonald's and Burger King, man. We ain't just shipping out patients as quickly as possible. This is not what we do. This is not what we're supposed to be doing. So I just wanted to get that off my chest, man. You know, that's basically the shorter version. Man, but I'm going to see this to the end. And when I got back home, I cleaned up, fresh cut, fade on the side, everything looking right. Chin on, everything on flex. Got my, no bullshit Bulls shirt on with, Nike slides and whatnot. Like I'm chilling. And I was eating. But I wasn't eating in there at all. I was afraid my heart rhythm wasn't even the same. All them potatoes. Potassium is supposed to be good for your heart, but when you ain't got no kidneys and you don't have anything to balance everything out, everything that's good for you is bad for you now. So I'm always fighting. I ain't never seen nobody as a fighter as me. The shit that I went through would have killed your ass, man. It would have killed you. You know it. You're like, damn, I don't think I would have been able to get through that. Nah. You're a real one for that. Yeah, I know that. Let me get my own pat on the back, man. I get my own self flowers. I don't need no validation from y'all, man. Because I know who I am. I know what's up here. I know I ain't woke, but I've always been smart. But what good is intelligence if you don't even know how to remotely change it? And sometimes I gotta just dumb that down to a D level. Pause. D level, man. I was praying and talking to God every single night. I never think I would be any closer to God. And I think in all tragedy, to be real, it had to happen. It had to humble me. Because now I know how to move through society even better now. And you ain't gonna see me coming. You ain't. You ain't gonna see me coming. I'm surprised the shit out of y'all, man. I'm still here. It just showed me between what me and God When you ain't got nobody else in your corner, and you got God, you got Jehovah. Um, my mindset trying to be God tier, but it can't be God tier if I'm always trying to make corrections with everybody else who's at the same age bracket should already know. Y'all should already know. Y'all all been disciplined. We all follow the same rules here. And if I need to get to it, I need to get to it. But I gotta like downplay myself so I don't get into no more trouble. And I can just take care of the things that matters the most. My health, my finances, and taking care of my daughter who needs me, man. She still need me here. I can tell because her mama calling on me for money. I'm like, where your bread at? You the one who wanted to take up my responsibility when you left out of here. And I built that for you. I built that for you, me, and my daughter. And you slandered it. You spit on it. You didn't show no respect, and then you want all the respect. Oh yeah, I'm coming for you, baby. It ain't over. I'm telling you, when I told you that you're gonna regret what you did to me, you're gonna regret. I'm gonna be a beacon for what not to do to a good one, and how to recognize a good one. Ain't no more games, man. I don't trust nobody. I trust myself. I trust myself and God. That's it. I trust that hopefully the sun gonna come back up. It's gonna rain. It's gonna dry up. It's gonna be heat. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be wind. That was for generations. Hundreds and billions of years, man. That ain't never gonna stop. Unless this world end up like Krypton or something like that, man. But yeah, man, that's it. That's the word on the street right now. So, man, I'm gonna just do what I do, man. And, I'm gonna continue to learn, continue to grow, and, be a man and just get through it, man. Even if I gotta suffer through it just to get through it. I still got some time left. Y'all stay safe. Happy weekend. I'll catch y'all on Monday. All right, peace.